hey, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about my entry into the Ludum Dare Game Jam number 48. The theme for the jam was Deeper and Deeper, and my entry was a game called The Sunken Place, inspired by the movie Get Out, mainly that hypnosis scene in that movie. Since I was doing the compo, I had 48 hours to finish this project. So in order to stay on track, what I did, I had two very clear goals. Goal number one was to just finish the game. And when I say finish the game, I wanted a start and end screen. I wanted some simple gameplay. And I wanted some quality of life things like a mute button and also a little bit of polish, like having the music persist through different scenes in the game. It was very straightforward, very simple, but I just wanted to get it done, right? It was more important for me to have it be finished than have it be good and have it be perfect. Goal number two was to do something interesting with Godot's audio system, mainly mapping a filter to the player's location in the world, so then I can have a bit of a reactive music and sound effects system to help tell the story of the game a little bit more and make things more intense for the player. Let's dive into the audio system of my game. Since I wanted my background music to persist through different scenes and also have that mute button state persist through different scenes, I load the audio controller first in the auto load function, making sure that it sits on top of all the other scenes in the game and persists through all those scenes. In the script for the audio controller, I am loading the music with these variables here, and then I have these functions to play the main game theme and then play the main menu theme down here. With the game theme, I wanted to make sure that my low-pass filter gets turned on with this function. And then I also have some if-then statements as well, just to control for any other situations where the main menu music theme may or may not be playing, just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Then I have a very similar function down here for playing the main menu music theme. Moving over to this low-pass filter effect, let's take a look at the game itself. So as the player jumps through these different platforming challenges all the way to the top to get out of the sunken place, I have mapped the low-pass filter frequency to the player's Y position in the world. Let's take a look at that function in the main script here. This function, filter music, is going to filter the music and the sound effects according to the player's position. The first thing, I had a lot of challenge with this function. It took me longer than anything else in the game, and I definitely had to ask for a little bit of help on Godot's Discord server. My biggest challenge is that frequency values are usually treated logarithmically. Like if I pop over to Ableton Live here, we can see that I've got this frequency cutoff knob on this EQ. It goes from 22 kilohertz down to 10 hertz, and the midpoint is somewhere around 500 hertz or so. But that's not the actual middle value if we just treat it as raw numbers. The middle value is somewhere around here, around 11,000 hertz or so. But to our perception, there really isn't that much difference between 11,000 and 22,000, just a little bit of air. So what I had to do was convert these frequency values down here into logarithmic values. So what I have to do in this function is get a number that is going to allow me to map the player's location to those logarithmic values, and then convert the player's current location into a target frequency that my filter can use, converting it back into a regular number and not a logarithmic number. Also in this function, I am calling the filter down here. I am printing the target frequency for debugging purposes. And then finally, I am telling the cutoff frequency of the filter to be set to that new target frequency that is mapped to the player's location in the world. I was extremely proud of the work that I did on this project. I placed 62nd out of 3,500 entries, and I knocked a big item off my bucket list, which was to enter and complete a game jam doing most of the work on my own. Like I said, I did have a little bit of help when it came to the math behind that filter frequency cutoff function. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you learned a thing or two about the way Godot's audio system works and how you can work around the issue of this logarithmic filter problem.